All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Tenopy live sharing. First of all, I would like to apologize for starting 4 minutes late. I'm so sorry because there were some technical difficulties, but now hopefully it has been solved. All right. I see that everyone is already typing in the chat. So if you can hear me clearly, would you mind saying okay? Would you mind telling me okay so that I know that you can hear me and then we can begin with this very short sharing? Okay, very thank you for your replies, everybody. Let me see who is in the room. Well, we have quite a few of us in the room today. So welcome. Some of you I have seen before. Elise, you're here again. Apramia, you're here again. Hello, Akil. I think you're here. You've been here as well, right? Okay, so everybody, hello. I am Teacher Celesta. So we're very welcome to all of you. Welcome to this session of Tenopy's live sharing. All right. So today we're going to talk about our feelings. All right. Now, but not exactly our feelings, but our understanding of feelings. Okay. So let's look at this. We are going to learn how to identify feelings as part of our comprehension practice. The reason we're doing this is because sometimes in comprehension, we are being tested on our understanding of how the characters are feeling. All right, so now let's take a look at this. I'm going to show you this picture of this boy right here. All right, so now in the chat, can you tell me how this boy is feeling just by looking at his face? What kind of expression is this? Is he feeling happy? Is he feeling overjoyed? Oh my gosh, you guys are right. He is feeling angry, definitely. He is angry. Thank you very much. Oh, he's furious, Isaac says. You are right. We can also say that he's furious. Now, we know he's angry, we know he's furious, but why? How do we know from his expression right here that he is angry or furious? Can you tell me some signs on his face that tell us that he's angry or furious? Something about his eyebrows or his nose or his teeth. What is he doing exactly? Okay, Akil says he's irritated. It could be as well. Ah, Benjamin says his eyebrows are furrowed. His eyebrows are furrowed. Very good. So that means it's arching inwards like that. Can you see that? I'm going to draw it so that you can see the shape of his eyebrows. Do you see that? This is what it means to furrow. Okay. So what else do we have? Oh, very good. All right. Abramia says biting teeth, but the right expression is his teeth are gritted. All right. Very good. Clenching his teeth. Very good. His nostrils are flared. I think the nostrils is not very clear, but I'll accept that. His nostrils are, sorry, his nostrils are flared up. Very good. Yeah, because his teeth are gritted. Very good, Elias. All right, now let's look at this little girl here. So now, how do you think she's feeling? All right, just from this picture, just by looking at her expression, how is she feeling? Very good. Does anyone have another word besides sad? Sad is simple, right? Do you have another word? Oh, upset. Wonderful. Are there any other words besides upset? Devastated. Wow, that's a really strong word right there. Devastated. Very good. Overwhelmed. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She could be overwhelmed, but we can be overwhelmed by different feelings, right? In this case, it is a negative feeling that she's feeling. All right. So now, how do we know that she's feeling this way? What are some signs on her face that show us that she's sad, upset, devastated, or overwhelmed? Ah, okay, Inez. What about the tears? All right, so tears are falling from her cheek, or tears are flowing down her cheeks, down her cheeks. All right, these are some signs that she is sad. All right, what others do we have? Akil has a very good expression. Tears are trickling down her cheek. I'm going to write that down too. Tears are trickling down her cheeks. So flowing, trickling, very good. Her eyes are closed. Isaac says she's crying a river. Very good expression. Elias says her eyes are closed. Okay, eyes closed doesn't exactly show that you're sad. Eyes closed could also mean that I'm very sleepy. My eyes are closed. All right, so not exactly about the eyes closing. All right. But how about her cheeks? What color are her cheeks right now? Red, very good. Exactly, you got it. So sometimes when we cry really hard, our cheeks are flushed. We can say that her cheeks are flushed red from crying. Flushed red from crying. It means you cry so hard until your face turns red. Flushed hot red. Very good. So sometimes our face flushed red because we're angry, we're embarrassed, we're shy. But in this case, her cheeks are flushed red from crying. All right. So this is how we pick up on emotions. Next time when you look at people, you don't know how they're feeling, just look at these little emotions, their eyebrows, their eyes, their nose, their mouth. They are all clues as to how they're feeling, especially your teacher or your parents. You don't know how they're feeling, right? So just look at their face. Find some signs on their face to tell you how they may be feeling. Mommy must be angry because her eyebrows are furrowed. Or my little brother must be feeling sad because his face is flushed red from trying to hold in his feelings. Okay? Oopsie. Okay, now moving on. Let's look at this. Now let's look at it in sentence form. Okay? We have 3 sentences here, and you're going to tell me how each of these people feel. Now, Jenny hid behind her mother, avoiding the kind stranger who offered her a handshake. How is Jenny feeling right now? Can anyone tell? Isaac says shy. Very good. Afraid. Now, what is the difference between shy and afraid? Can they be used in the same way? If we're saying this kind stranger, are you afraid of the kind stranger or are you shy of the kind stranger? What is more accurate here? How many of you would accept afraid? Yes or no? Would you accept afraid? Roshan says yes. It depends. It depends on how you explain. All right. But if we give a one-word answer here, afraid would not be too accurate. All right. Instead, we could say things like she's feeling timid. All right. Yeah, Elias, you're right. Afraid maybe if it's a bad person, right? But in this case, it is mentioned that it's a kind stranger. All right. So we can say that she's timid or even that she is bashful. All right. Bashful, these are some words that have the same meaning as shy. Or if you want to use another one really cute, which I like a lot, is mousy. All right. So afraid and scared are the same words. Okay. So scared would not be the most accurate way to describe this feeling. Now look at this one. Johnny's nostrils flared as he grunted dismissively. How is he feeling right here? Aha, angry. Very good. Are there any other words you can use besides angry? Do you know any other words? So we know that the base feeling here is angry, right? It's a simple way of expressing it. But any other ways of saying it? Okay, furious we've mentioned just now. Anything besides furious? Frustrated. Very good. Thank you, Inez. Frustrated. There's another one that begins with F and another one that I want to teach you that begins with A. Elias says mad. Mad. Now, mad can be very vague as well. It's not very specific because in this case, you mean mad means I'm so mad at you, means I'm angry with you. But mad can also mean crazy. You are mad to do such a dangerous thing. All right. So be careful with how you use mad. If it's too vague, I would suggest not using it. All right. Someone says fuming. Okay, fuming. Yes. Well, she can. I will add fuming. But the other word I was hoping that you will arrive at is actually flustered. Okay. How about the A? Exasperated could be as well. The A word that I wanted to show you was agitated. Have you heard of this word before? Agitated? Agitated means like, oh, I'm so disturbed. Someone is disturbing me until I'm so irritated. So irritated and agitated have very similar meanings. All right. Infuriated. Very good word. Infuriated means furious, but the anger is inside of you. I am feeling infuriated by the noisy construction going on outside. All right. Infuriated, also a very good word to use. All right. One more here. Ginny felt her heart beat faster and faster as she stepped out onto the stage. How is she feeling here? Ah, Roshan, very good. How about the rest of you? I'm not going to say her answer yet. Very good, Elias, Aparmia. Thank you very much. Okay, now I'm going to address that word, Benjamin. Elias too. Okay, so now a lot of you are saying nervous and anxious. All right, now a lot of you are saying scared or frightened again. Now, these are very, very vague words. Okay, when we say vague, that means they can be used in many ways. All right, so when we say scared, just now remember some of you said scared here as well, right? Instead of saying shy, you say scared. In this case, instead of saying nervous, you say scared. So these words are very vague. It depends. So it depends on people to people. Like I might say that I am scared of cockroaches, but to other people, they would not say that they're scared. Okay, so be very careful with how you use these feeling words. Okay, be very specific with them. um I saw something else just now. Jittery. This is a good word to use. Thank you, Aparmia. Jittery means also means nervous actually. Jittery also can be the way you behave when you are nervous, like when you start fiddling with your fingers, you start scratching yourself, or you start feeling very uncomfortable. This is jittery. All right. Apprehensive, says Isaac. Apprehensive means that you don't really want to do it. All right. So it doesn't mean that you're nervous. It just means that I'm not very sure about doing that. I am feeling apprehensive about going to crowded places now that there's a pandemic going on about. That's apprehensive. This I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure if I want to do it. Okay. So be very careful. All these words here have very specific meanings. All right, so when you use these words in comprehension, or even when you do it in composition, be very careful with the feeling word that you choose to use. Okay, it's very specific, especially with words like scared, frightened, afraid. These words are very vague. Okay, they deal with fear. Okay, Elias asks, her heart is in her mouth. That is an expression, yes. All right, in this case, we're going for the one word answer first, okay? Yeah, but if I had put here, if you put it in this column right here, her heart is in her mouth, it means that she's afraid. Okay, it's a good expression. Now, I have one more question for you. Now, now that you know how to identify feelings, let's look at this. Which of these sentences show that someone is stressed? And this is a stressed emoji, like, oh, I don't know what to do. All right, let's look at this. So you can just tell me 1, 2, 3, or 4, okay? She stared at the piece of paper, not knowing what to do. She laid awake at night thinking about all the homework she had to complete. She sat very still, trying not to think of anything negative. She covered her face with her hands, trying to wake herself up. I can see some of your answers. Roshan, you got it. Isaac, you got it. Upper Mia, try again. Elias, you got it. Benjamin, you got it. Elise, you got it. Very good. All right, now let's look at these one by one, okay? Ines, so many answers. You're not wrong though, it could be. Okay, so let's look at this. She stared at a piece of paper, not knowing what to do. Is this stress? This could be confusion. Okay, like, huh? What's this paper for? I don't know how to answer this. I don't know how to answer this. Or it could also be that she is stumped. This person is feeling stumped. It means I don't know what to do. So it's not specifically stress. Okay, let's look at number 2. She laid awake at night thinking about all the work she had to do. So if your mind is filled with things like, oh, I need to finish this, I need to finish that, oh, I haven't completed this, then you are stressed. So this is the one that we're looking for. Okay, this is a sign of stress, means you can't get all these things off your mind. In fact, she laid awake. Sometimes you get so stressed until you can't sleep at night. Has it happened to you before? Now, number 3, she sat still, trying not to think of anything negative. All right, so what she's trying to do is simply finding peace. All right, after being so angry for a long time, she sat very still, trying to calm herself down. This is finding peace, so it doesn't exactly say that it's stress. All right, it could be, it depends on the scenario, but again, it's not specific. Okay, look at number 4. She covered her face with her hands, trying to wake herself up. Put yourself in the shoes of this character. All right, you're just sitting there and you are feeling tired, and you put your hands on your face. What are you feeling here? Very good, Isaac. You're feeling sleepy. All right. Of course, sleepiness could be a sign of stress, but we're not saying, there's no reason here to say that this is because of stress. Okay. So sometimes we feel sleepy. because I have been thinking so much. I am so tired right now. It could be, okay? But it doesn't say that it is directly related to stress. In this case, we have a sign, right? She laid awake thinking about all the homework. So this is our signs. So this is very specific. All right. So we have more or less come to the end of this live sharing session. All right. So now I hope that you will leave this session knowing more words, okay, and learning more words and understanding how to use them accurately. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can let me know in the chat. Otherwise, maybe we could see you in your other classes soon. Okay. Thank you, Benjamin. I'm glad it was useful for you. All right. So very goodbye, everybody. You may leave now. We have come to the end of this sharing session. Okay. Again, I'm teacher Celeste. See ya.